Welcome to Royal Secrets. After the Queen's passing, Charles makes his first public declaration as king from Balmoral. After Queen Elizabeth II's passing, Charles made his first speech as king from the Scottish estate Balmoral. The 73-year-old, who is slated to succeed his mother as King Charles III, assumes the throne right away. She held the position of head of state for more than 70 years, making her the country's longest reigning queen at the age of 96. The palace released the following statement: "The Queen passed away peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen consort will spend this evening and tomorrow in Balmoral before flying back to London." After learning of his mother's passing, His Majesty the King released a statement that said, "The passing of my dear mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of the deepest sadness for me and all members of my family. We deeply lament the loss of a beloved mother and beloved sovereign. I am confident that the nation, the realms, the Commonwealth, and a great number of people all over the world will be devastated by her passing. My family and I will be supported and comforted during this difficult time by the respect and intense love that the Queen was held in by so many people." The Privy Council first convenes without the sovereign to announce the new king and conduct business related to the proclamation, to which 200 of the more than 700 Privy Councillors will be invited. The first Privy Council for the new king is then held. Because there is a separation of church and state in Scotland, Charles will first make a personal statement about the Queen before taking the pledge to uphold the Church of Scotland. The Garter King of Arms then reads the new sovereign's first public proclamation al fresco from the Friary Court balcony of St James Palace in front of the Earl Marshal and two of the sovereign's sergeants at arms. A fanfare is typically played by trumpeters from the balcony, and gun salutes are fired in Hyde Park and at the Tower of London amid much pomp. At the Royal Exchange in the City of London, the proclamation will then be read. Other cities, such as Edinburgh, Cardiff, and Belfast, as well as Windsor and York, where the mayor customarily raises a golden goblet and toast to the new sovereign's good health, have also had a tread out in public at some point. Over the years, Charles has developed a reputation for his dedication to charitable work, environmental activism, and royal duties. 17 years after she wed the prince in 2005, Camilla's mother-in-law gave her permission to use the title Queen. Aides believed Camilla did not want to be queen and would not be known as such at the time of her wedding. Charles will now carry out constitutional and representational responsibilities that have grown over 1,000 years of history as the head of state of the UK. He is currently in charge of the Church of England, the armed forces, and many Commonwealth states. The coronation of the future king is expected to require extensive planning and won't likely happen for several months. The Westminster Abbey ceremony, known as Operation Golden Orb, is anticipated to be more inclusive of multi-faith Britain, shorter, and less expensive. However, the coronation is still a very devout Anglican event. The Queen came into power in February 1952, but her coronation wasn't held until June 1953, approximately 16 months later. Charles has been a king in waiting for more than 70 years, or nearly his entire life, making him the longest-serving heir apparent in British history. In contrast to the Queen, who ascended to the throne in her 20s. 70 Queen things you didn't know, including her huge financial fortune and ownership of every British dolphin. The Queen's wealth climbed by £5 million in 2022, and she now owns every dolphin and whale that swims in British territorial waters. Since her father King George VI's passing in 1952, Queen Elizabeth II has ruled for 7 decades, making her the queen with the longest reign in British history. The Sunday Times Rich List pegs her net worth for 2022 at £370 million. This represents a $5 million increase from 2021. A law that dates back to a statute from 1324 states that the Queen's possessions include not only real estate and jewelry, but also living things like all the dolphins that reside in British